Hi, I'm Mike Elliott, and you're watching CEO Live TV. Today, we're joined by Ken Tapp, CEO of Social Life Network, a cloud-based social media and social network technology company based in Denver, Colorado, that trades under ticker WDLF. Good afternoon, Ken. Thanks for being on the show.
Hi, thanks. Thanks for having me.
So tell us about Social Life Network and what you guys do.
Sure. Well, Social Life Network is just what it sounds. It's a social network company. In fact, we build social networks, niche industry social networks, identifying industries that we feel that technology has passed over, and started the company nearly 6 years ago, January of 2013. We have 7 social networks built to date, international networks. And I came up with a concept in 2011 after leaving the last company I had sold, and really wanted to target industries that we felt LinkedIn and Facebook just were not designed well for.
And what are some of your most successful social network sites to date?
So early 2013, we launched our first social network, which of course is the oldest. That was weedlife.com. It's a cannabis social network. We launched it originally just for the United States, and after a couple of years, it grew internationally to be accessed by about 120 countries. Since then, we launched a sister site to that, MJLinkcom, which is really a business-to-business social network, more of a LinkedIn for that industry. And then launched in the real estate industry, like RE, and then later Hunt Post in the hunting and fishing industry, and Racket Star in the racket sport industry, and we have 2 more in beta right now for cycling and for golf.
So, Ken, a lot of changes going on in this space right now. How has Social Life Network evolved in the past 12 months, and what direction do you see the company taking in the near future?
Sure. Yeah, we've really had some wind at our back unintentionally, given the Facebook issues and Twitter, et cetera, around politics and so on and so forth. So what we have done over the last year is just stayed the course. We continue to build better technology. That technology is integrated into each of the individual industries that we are in. And, the concept here that I took from my last company is if you can integrate with other companies and associations, you're stickier and you last a lot longer. And so we've stayed that course, and we've launched now in beta an e-commerce platform built into our social network. We're launching that in the hunting and fishing industry first, and we're pretty excited about that.
Well, so that kind of leads into my next question. For most of these sites, what's your monetization model, or how do you monetize these sites?
Sure. Well, to date, it has been around advertising and digital subscriptions, very similar to LinkedIn. A digital subscription could be something that helps employers find employees, or businesses find better leads, and then cultivate those leads. And now that we've got the e-commerce coming online, we'll be taking 10 to 30% of the sale of products in our hunting and fishing network for starters, and we feel like that's an enormous industry. We've targeted about $50 million worth of products and services that are now being onboarded into that network. But that's a huge international industry of about $1.4 trillion of retail goods that are spent on each year, and only about 18% of that so far is being spent online. So we believe we're well ahead of the curve, and we target companies like Cabela's and Bass Pro Shops as our competitors.
Well, and you recently announced you incorporated MJLinkcom as a wholly owned subsidiary. Tell us more about what they do and how they fit into your future plans.
Sure, right. So, if you look at Social Life Network having multiple niche industry social networks, it does make sense for us to reach a mature point with a network or two and then spin those off into their own public companies if it makes sense, wholly owned subsidiaries of Social Life Network. And that's exactly what we decided to do with MJLink. That is a dual social network company. It's MJLink.com, which is our business-to-business social network, and weedlife.com, which is really more of a consumer-to-consumer social network. Those 2 networks combined do about 40 million page views per month, and we want to advertise, or get advertisers, I should say, into that network and start to really monetize that network. And of course, with what's happening in Canada, it made a lot of sense for us to spin that out with intentions of going public on either the CSE or the TSX. And so this is the process we're in right now, and we believe that will have huge upside to our shareholder value.
And I want to go back to this. We kind of alluded to it earlier with some of the major social networking sites getting a lot of flack in the news over privacy issues and really losing a lot of user trust. Do you see a trend developing where people will start gravitating to smaller niche interest sites like the ones you build that take privacy more seriously?
Yeah, absolutely. And, it has all kind of come to a head this last year. But, this was a concept that I started to do an awful lot of research on 6-7 years ago. And companies like, or I should say VC firms like Sequoia and Kleiner Perkins were already starting to focus on niche social networking back then. Since then, they've invested a couple $1 billion into private companies that are focused on niche industries. And so it made a lot of sense for us to go that direction 6 years ago when we looked to start the company. And of course, now it's, like I said earlier, the wind is at our back, given all the public news about privacy and things that all of the white noise that can get generated on Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter and negativity, et cetera. These audiences are really yearning for special walled garden networks, and we've got just that for them, and it's really taken off for us.
And it seems like a natural evolution. I mean, in the beginning, when people first came online, you had AOL, which was kind of this dumbed down version of a web browser where people could kind of get on and chat and shop. And then social networks came out, and naturally everyone kind of gravitated to one or two primary generic ones. There was MySpace, then Facebook, obviously. And it seems like it's matured enough where people are comfortable with the technology, yet finding less and less utility from these big generic sites. So I can understand, and it seems like a natural evolution anyway, for users to start getting more of their time involved in some of these niche sites where they can, get product reviews from people in their peer group that they trust as peer experts, like your hunting and fishing sites, or like some of these other cannabis sites that are geared towards, networking with professionals in specific industries. So it seems like 6 or 7 years ago, you may have been a little ahead of your time, but it seems like right now, the environment for social networking in general, it would be perfect for your model. So
yeah, we're excited.
Well, that's all the questions we had for today, Ken. And anything else you want to add before we close?
Well, of course, we think that our company is undervalued right now. The stock is trading around 14, 15 cents, I think, today. And so we're excited about the future, where that stock can go. We'd like people to take a position in it.
Well, Ken, thanks again for being on the show. We're going to start our coverage here on CEO Live, so we'll be following the company closely for the next several months. So we hope to catch up with you again soon.
Thanks, Mike. Have a great day.
You as well. Take care, Ken.
Bye.
You've been watching CEO Live TV, and we've been talking again to Mr. Ken Tapp. He's the CEO of Social Life Network, a cloud-based social media and social network technology company based in Denver, Colorado, that trades under ticker WDLF. To learn more about them, please visit their website at www.social-life-network.com. Thanks for watching CEO Live TV.